It's good to see you.
We have a new soap today from Catie's Bubbles
Called Dusk!
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, it's good to see you. Come on in. Your chair's always open. And if you're here during the live premiere, join the chat. Say hi. There's a great group of folks hanging out. We'd love to meet you.
We
and
would.
Throw us a like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. It helps us out.
We'd be
a little bit.
grateful.
So, for our mention today, what are we talking about?
So we wanted to make sure to mention, since as newbies, we had no idea that this was a thing. But a week from today, there is a meetup happening, and there's a Maggards meetup, and then the Razor Company is also having a meetup at that same weekend.
So all of you who live equidistant between the Razor Company and Maggards Razors, you got about a half an hour drive in each direction. You gotta hit them both. Tell everybody we said hi and report back. Let us know what that was all about, because everybody is so excited about it. We obviously shoot about a month ahead of time, and everybody's talking about their plane tickets right now and getting all the final arrangements done. So yeah, y'all head over, or at least head over to the social media sites and keep an eye on what's going on, because there's sometimes some cool new releases and things that happen.
And a lot of the artisans have
and
different tables, so you can actually meet the makers of these awesome soaps or razors and actually see who's behind all this magic.
Yes, and legendary piff tables if you need a batter's up of your own.
There you go.
Those kind of things, right? Let us know what those are like, because someday we plan to have our own table there, so we'll see how that goes someday. So what's our soap today?
So our soap today is Dusk, hence the fun lighting intro that we snuck in on you. But for Catie's Bubbles, we realized we have two from the luxury shave soaps. We have Irish Coffee and we have Saturday Morning. Wonderful, wonderful bangers. And then this is actually from the luxury cream soap, a new one.
Right. And then they also have a premium line that we have yet to explore. So this is our first luxury cream soap. And y'all, I love it when a shave soap is a little nondescript in the title, because it means it could be anything. I mean, with Irish Coffee, it was pretty clear what we could expect. And in fact, I asked them at Catie's Bubbles, I said, how did you do that magnificent whiskey note? And he went, whiskey. I bought a bottle of whiskey.
Pour it in.
Hey, that's my kind of Catie's Bubbles. So this one being called Dusk, y'all, this could be anything. The only thing it kind of guarantees is a little bit of a darker mystery to it. So I'm excited. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at Catie's Bubbles, it starts with a list of the scent notes, which we're not going to spoil quite yet. I'm going to try not to read them. But it has a lovely follow-up sentence. What do you got?
Slightly warm for those cool spring days, but enjoyable year-round. And we are right in spring, so it's perfect timing.
Y'all, I love that. I would have thought that dusk would have been more like a summer sunset, or even more like a winter one, like the solstice. It's the longest night of the year.
Right.
I love that this dusk was made for spring, because right now we are recording this on March 23rd, and we are only about a week into the season.
Perfect timing.
Right? I'm so excited to see where this spring sunset is going to take
because
us.
Normal spring ones kind of get a little more stereotypical with flowers and different things. So I'm kind of curious. This is more the dusk evening.
Yeah, spring cabin was the herbs and the flowers. This one might be more about the sky. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's unbox it. All right, y'all. So after Irish Coffee, I went a little crazy over at Catie's Bubble site. I purchased a few.
It's a bigger box.
So there's some episodes coming. Oh, we forgot to mention it as a mention, but I also picked up the splash for Saturday morning. My face smells like Fruit Loops now, and I could not be happier. So stay tuned for our next Catie's Bubble episode.
I was not expecting to enjoy that as much as we did. It's super fun.
I'm telling you, it's got a
Even
menthol
at night?
hit in it. Are you kidding me with this? In fact, her sister came over last night.
She
said, would you really want to smell like Fruit Loops? And she smelled it and went, Oh, I want to smell like Fruit Loops. Yeah, you do. It's fantastic.
The adult version of Fruit Loops thing.
I purchased a few things from Catie's Bubbles, even a grapefruit one. And y'all know I'm a little scared of grapefruit, but with Catie's Bubbles.
See if we have a note. I don't know. Wait, while I dig, you check.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, really?
We've got a note, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Marcus and Sarah. Can't wait for the episodes. By the way, Dusk and Azure are different soap bases. They are softer, so don't attack the lather hard with the brush.
So we knew one was a thick soap.
A little advice from the creator.
A little coming up with Azure that we'll need to know that.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is so much better in person. Wow.
Y'all, I don't know how well this is going to come across on your phone screen, but is that not a gorgeous, gorgeous
label? It is completely dusk. Like, I feel like I'm off in, like, Montana or, like, somewhere, like, with that dusk, you can just see miles and miles ahead.
A farm dusk.
Right?
My grandpa had a farm growing up. I love that. And hey, you know what I see? Hey! Always means a good time is in store. Let's have a first impression. I think you should go first. I want to see your face because this could be anything. I don't even know what the scent notes are. This could be anything.
But even just looking at the picture, I feel like I jumped into a movie.
I know.
And we're like chilling on a farm porch somewhere.
I know. Tell me that doesn't like look like the beginning of The Wizard of Oz if it were in color.
Right? I almost feel like this is the same place where you would see all the fireflies go by. Right. We don't have
just
those
like
here.
Those brilliant browns and oranges. Right? It's like fire in the sky.
And you know, like spring really does have that almost hit of changing seasons. Right. And even here, like we've had off and on drizzles of rain and things. Like it's really that shift of the season.
You can smell the earth coming back to life around here, y'all. I'm telling you. So and plus we border a beautiful regional park called Tilden. It's rather famous. And we get a lot of the wildlife and things like that.
Everybody's waking up.
Let us know.
We have our little squirrels that say hi. They're all happy.
That is true. All right, here we go. Take it in. See if this makes the sun go down.
It looks similar. If just looking at it, but we were warned it's the cream.
It's the cream. All right, here we go.
Being gentle with your brush here.
Take it in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I do get the hay. Okay, I mean, obviously it's on the cover. I do get that, but it's interesting because it's not, dried hay. Has a different smell.
Oh,
this is a little fresher.
Right.
Like to me, it almost reminds me of our grass where it starts to dry just a little. It's not completely green and it's not completely dried. It's like right in the middle. Right. There's still life in it, if that makes sense.
Ooh, nice. What else?
And then there's something like warm and clean.
Yeah.
And I really get the colors of the sunset, like that orangey, amber hue coming through.
How does it communicate dusk to you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out because I am getting that. I do get that the sun is not completely up.
Oh,
that there is something. I don't want to say like damp in the air because that sounds
well. And
wrong,
I was going to say I love that the hay has a
air.
moist scent because one of the ways that if your eyes are shut that it is either sunrise or sunset is that you can feel a little bit of that moisture as the sun lets go of it. Right.
And I'm getting that here. Because it's not a green and it's not a completely dried hay. It's on the way. It's on the way. But there's not, it's still very clean, and I do get a little touch of masculine.
Ooh, nice. Is it sweet?
I was going to say that because thinking spring, I'm thinking like floral sweet, and that's not here.
Oh.
It is approaching dusk. I almost get, there's a gentle sweet happening. It's not a citrus.
So it's more of a dry
scent. But it's still clean.
Yeah, right.
Which I feel like is hard to achieve, but they're doing that.
Little mystery indeed, and as the shadows get longer.
Right, and I really do get a place.
Oh, nice.
I have to say, I'm at a location.
Okay.
I'm curious if...
Is it like a farm, like the label shows?
I get quiet. So I'm just out in the open, wherever that may be. I don't know if that happens to be a farm, but there is open land around. I'm not hearing, cities or cars or I'm really, it's enjoying the quiet. Maybe the crickets are coming in. I don't know. But that's where I'm at.
Home on the range,
right?
Y'all.
See
all right.
what you get here.
I think I'm in for a treat. You ready? Here we go.
I think so.
Oh.
It's very calming.
Wow. See, the first thing my nose grabbed onto was like a natural sweet note. But you're right. It's not a sugary. It's not a gourmand sweet. This comes from like something earthy, something herbal.
But it's not floral and it's not citrusy.
It's interesting. Oh, it is something, it's masculine.
Right.
But it's not one of your more traditional. It's not a tobacco. Get that out of your head. It's not one of those. Hold on. Wait a minute.
But it's,
whoa.
It's there. You just don't know.
What
it's gentle.
is that? It's beautiful. It's like 20% of the way to chocolate.
Right.
And then it stops.
Because it's still organic-y, if that makes sense. It's not like a caramel. It's not sugar. It's not, but it's maybe like when you have sweet tea.
Yeah, and it's not like soil. It's not like the earthiness, like as in the Shire has like an earth note, or Sherlock has a note of like wet soil. No, it's not in this. This goes the other way. This goes like the cleaner sides. So if your brain, when you think wet soil, if you get like those maroon colors or those dark browns of the earth, right? This does the other thing. This gives me those, see the fire in the sky?
Yeah.
That's the color. Not the dark part of the sky here, but that fire in the sky. That's the color that this paints for me. Whoa. Okay, so for me, it starts off as like 20% heading toward chocolate, and then it takes a turn, and it turns into that beautiful hay note. So it's kind of like where a cocoa, like a natural dry cocoa would meet
that
the
raw
hay,
side.
right?
Yeah.
And then that's all the dark you're going to get. Then it turns up and it goes into all these beautiful light spices that approach as lovely and sweet as floral is without going floral.
Yeah. But that's, I think, what's keeping its clean and complex parts there. Like, it's definitely all the colors of dusk.
And then there is something, when it turns up, there's something in there that's just super alluring and angelic that you're not expecting because of how it starts off. But that's what I can't identify yet. Is it like a very, kind of a lovely sweet vanilla? Or like, what is that at the very top of it? What do you get?
You know, it's almost like when you're standing next to a tree and you can smell the sap, kind of.
Oh, right.
It's something like that.
Ah, right. Think how like pine sap almost has a candy kind of a scent to it, but it's not pine.
No.
Oh, yeah,
But
I think
that's
you're onto
what's making
something.
that's what's making me know that I'm outside.
Right. You're onto
and
something.
It's not sugar. It's not that.
No, and it's not at all gourmand. This is far from a gourmand as we've got. But that natural sweet is still there, and maybe even a vanilla or something. Like, what is that thing? As the sweets, as the tops, as the lights begin to wear off, what do you get from there? That's the mystery thing.
But and that's where it's where normally the hay would become more dry, but it's keeping it from becoming the end of spring,
because
summer.
Super dry hay has a super sweet note to it that this doesn't. This stays in the darker hay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I at first thinking, hey, I wouldn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am here. I know it sounds kind of crazy. Like, some people are like, I'm not a vetiver fan. I'm not a hay, like, ugh. But there's something different about this hay.
Right.
It's much more approachable. It's much more welcoming. And there's that calm in the air.
It's much more lovely, dry evening grass than it is kind of a hay.
I'm with you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what hay is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does that. It's like when you catch it. It's when you catch it. Beautiful. Well, you know what? There are a list of set notes. Let's see if we got anywhere close. Oh! There's the first thing. Talk about beautifully sweet without being too sweet, you all. Because it has a much different taste than it does smell. Our first note here off the bat is a sweet blend of honey.
That's so what it was.
Oh, y'all. And it's more of the honey that's like out of the little bear. It's not like a spun honey or a honey that's been like, I don't know, given some aeration and made to sweeten up. No, it's a natural honey. Like my uncle was a beekeeper. He used to just give us like jars of it right in that. Wow. And then the second note, there's your friend. There's the hay.
Right? Oh. And amber. It's funny because I kept getting in my mind, the visualization I got was in Jurassic Park.
Oh,
the
up the top of the cane?
The top of the cane.
Your brain was showing you that? Wow, you're getting good at amber.
But I didn't know what that was. Just the color that I was seeing, smelling.
Yeah. And I think that's why I saw that sunset, y'all. I think that was the amber that my brain was picking up, because that's the color of it, right? That beautiful, vibrant yellow.
So far we have a sweet blend of honey, we have amber, we have hay, and then, okay, I totally get this now. You said spices, and tobacco.
See, I was wrong. I didn't think it went quite that dark, but it did. Marcus was wrong.
But tobacco and hay can oddly interlace in a really fun way.
And it's not like a cured tobacco. It's more like a leaf. It's more like a natural farm-like scent.
It really is that.
One of our new friends on the chat is from Virginia.
Oh,
and he was like, I'm going to go a little hard in the tobacco direction. I was like,
well,
that's
there
cool.
you go.
You do that.
And then that makes sense with the slightly warmer, those cool spring days that are enjoyable year round.
And I think that's where this is magic. This has got a couple of notes that are naturally warmer and a couple of notes that are naturally cooler. And when those come together, that's dusk. I think I cracked it. I'm putting my flag in this. That's dusk.
It is.
Some of the warmer things, some of the cooler things, and coming together makes you feel like the sun's going down.
It does. And it's different.
You're welcome. Please send money to We Set Your
This type of dusk isn't making me sad that the day is almost over.
Ah.
This is making me revel in enjoying the pause before evening hits. Like, there's just that calm, that...
Right. And it's not like you're preparing for a big night out. Nope. You've done a lot of work today. Your bones are a little bit tired, and you're just going to enjoy the satisfaction of a hard day's work and being able to let that sunset just wash over you.
You know the guy at the beginning of the Pirates ride? Where he's sitting in the lounge chair?
Right, of the ride itself, and he's like on his little rocking chair. Somebody in there's playing the banjo, right?
That's where I'm at. I'm just rocking and chilling outside.
Not giving a thought in the world to all the murderous pirates you were about to meet
Maybe chilling in a
downstairs.
hammock. There's just something about that. Oh, lather time.
Look at that
So this is the
waking up.
cream. When you dug in here,
Right.
could you tell that it was more of a cream?
You know,
Lighter?
a lot of the soaps we have are sort of cropes in the first place. So I
Right.
didn't like automatically go, wow, this is soft. In fact,
Right.
I don't know if it's even as soft as like a McDuff's.
Okay,
I think it's
different-
kind of right
approaching
in
that.
there. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely tell it's certainly not a hard
Yeah,
soap.
don't
y'all.
dig in there.
Oh, no. It's a soft soap. Oh, y'all. I don't know if it's a cream to start with, but this.
That is quickly waking up.
Ooh,
Oh,
and it's
boy.
beautiful and thick and yogurty already. And the iridescence,
It's happening.
that's what you're looking for.
This is our Razor Company 3D printed bowl.
And this is our Zen brush from Teton Shaves. Oh, this takes you there.
Is it
Okay,
more?
I know I said this about Bertha Cool, but these two tie as the most
Oh.
transformative soap once you build the lather.
Okay, especially the tobacco.
Wow.
They both have tobacco in them.
Okay, so
I
ladies and
wonder.
gentlemen, this is the impressed whiff. Here we go. You only see this here. Ready? On 3, 1, 2. Okay, and then.
Okay, now the sun rays are still coming through the clouds just a little. You get a lot more happening here.
You get a lot more happening here.
There's
This
like a
is
third tier now.
gorgeous. Right, or more.
'Cause
That doubled. Maybe not in intensity.
No, but
just in how it all
complexity.
spread out and then came back
Right?
together.
Because it
wow.
does say at the end of this with a few accents. And now I'm getting the accents.
I
There
am
are things
too.
happening.
What are you getting? Like maybe even where the amber is meeting with some of these other scent notes. Or there may be other scent notes in this.
Maybe the secret ones we can't.
Yeah, see, are you getting a little bit of a floral? Just
Something
a
got
tiny
prettier.
bit of just like the little flower that the honey came from. Just
Right?
like a little blossom,
Yeah.
maybe.
You know, like sometimes when we read it's an orange blossom.
Right.
It's something like that. It is not a normal floral.
No.
And if it is, it's so hidden.
2%.
But it just makes
2%,
it
just to take
clean.
the edges off,
It
right.
cleans it up a little bit, and then it just makes it a little more of like the rays of sun. Like
Right.
there's a lightness in the air still.
You
Like
know-
that's spring to me. I totally get that.
And when it actually feels like you are stirring around marshmallow cream in your bowl, that's
a
about
good
the time.
one.
I mean,
Marshmallow
I know it never
cream.
come in a lather.
But holy moly.
Y'all, look at that lather. I mean, you can see inside of it. You can see into the future. It's beautiful.
Okay, I don't know how we're gonna try and take this a little deeper, but I think before the sun comes down, we should get
And if
cranking.
the sun can go down, so can we. Come on, folks. Let's do this. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. How is this a sunset, not a sunrise? Because that's what I feel. I feel this is a sunset. This is for the nighttime shavers out there like me. This is going to be
Okay,
fantasy.
you kind of hinted at this earlier, but now that I can smell it in the lather. So, there is a difference. When you first step outside in the morning, you can smell the cold wearing off.
Right.
This, I'm smelling the warm dissipating away.
That's
I
why
don't
she's
know
here, folks.
how.
That's the
But
difference,
yeah.
right? Because in the morning, everything is cold to the touch, especially around here in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, that fog off the bay, you
But
smell it.
right, even though you might have exactly the same amount of light as the sunrise with the sunset, you're in a hotter, a more humid world that is cooling off, that has had its sunglasses put on, right?
Yeah.
That's
But
what
that's
this
why
smells
you're
like.
getting the hay. Like
Right.
the heat, the sun that
Right.
warmed the hay is now leaving. Like there's something different about that.
Totally something humid in the way this smells, and I am loving that. Like I can
Yeah,
feel
you can
water in
smell it wearing off. Like the
Right.
humidity is dissipating with the sun going away.
And maybe that's why the lather's working so well. Maybe it's actually using the water in the lather to accommodate
right?
that beautiful, like, humid sense to this. This is great.
Like I just feel like I'm sitting outside enjoying a book or a cup of
Yeah.
sweet tea or like
Right.
something, like I'm really enjoying whatever's happening, not
Right.
just because of the smell, but where it takes me.
And for me, it's just a little bit rocky. It's not like soil.
Yeah.
It's not like the earth itself. It's more like a rocky sense to this, along with the hay and along with the tobacco.
And
I'm not
we've
sure
had a few soaps
doing that.
that have some hay in it.
Right.
One was more of a barbershop-y vibe. One was more of a summer vibe. But this one, it really does hit spring,
Yeah.
which is insane,
And then
but it's clear.
Going back to something she said at the beginning that I think is remarkable about this is it gets you all wrapped up in these beautiful sunset scents
Mm-hmm.
and then leaves you with this gorgeous clean factor that I'm not sure how they're doing. Like this has all the cleanliness at the end of it of like a green Irish tweed, but how
Right.
they go from one to the other over the course of this journey. Wow.
And
but it
it's-
leaves you clean and beautiful.
Right. And at the end, I almost could get like a little barbershop-y vibe.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Just that put together dapper sense of things,
Clean
right?
and just almost approaching a powder, but not.
But not ready for the day.
No.
Ready for the evening.
Yes.
Ready for the night. Maybe that's what the magic is.
Right? You know, okay, so if we go off of the farm vibes, if you've been working on the farms all day and you came in and take a shower while dinner's being prepped or whatever, and you're sitting outside and you are clean, but you are smelling the Dusk hit.
Yeah, I remember on the first day of working the cemetery, I was talking to the union president, and he said, there are some jobs, kid, where you shower before work, and there's some jobs, kid, where you shower after. Welcome to the latter. And with this is the kind of thing where after I was out in the blistering sun, like it was a summer temp job, right? And holding onto a gas-powered trimmer all day, so the scent of exhaust is pretty much all three levels of scent notes.
Grass everywhere,
I got, right? Oh, yeah, and then like grass and dirt and all kinds of stuff. Man, when you jump in that shower after work to get yourself ready for the evening,
whole new man,
it is a magnificent experience because you're not just washing off a little bit of sweat from the night. No. You're washing off the hard work and grime of a day out in the sun, right? So, yes, those scents became really important because I didn't want to smell like ivory soap at that moment. I was going from dirty to clean. I wanted to smell like a guy. I wanted to smell like me. I wanted to smell like something a little more defining, and this would be absolutely perfect.
And there is something about working outside with your hands in the dirt and getting dirty. Like, I used to have my grandpa a lot when his little farm and we put all the seeds in, you'd be towing everything, or even in a shop getting in the grease. And there's something different about your accomplishment when you hop in the shower and those scents are wearing off of you in the aroma. Like, there's just different. You've conquered, manually done something with your hands today. And it's in there.
So it's pretty easy, folks. All you have to do is have a dad who runs a cemetery and you're going to get a summer job. You're going to spend the day trimming mostly around headstones, but every once in a while you got to dig a grave on the hill by hand. Well, those are the days where you're going to come home smelling to high holy heaven, and when you do, and you just might have a couple of days growth, you just got your own! So, head over to catiesbubbles.com where you'll find this and a bunch of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave with Dusk. At Dusk. And y'all, I get it. This is a different formula. This is a cream. And it's a beautiful lather. It's more easily made with the brush than a more traditional soap. And it's sticky and thick and glidey on my face. And I loved the way it felt. A little bit different. And the after feel was notable. A little bit softer, a little bit more supple, a little bit nicer to the fingertips. Y'all, beautiful work at Catie's Bubbles. We can't wait for Azure.
Welcome to Messages!
Hey, y'all. So if you haven't noticed, we're kind of suckers for Sterling soap around here, and we want you to be too. So we're going to have a giveaway of a $20 gift card for anything at Sterling Soap Company. And all you have to do is send an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com. Be a subscriber of ours here on YouTube and check back on June 1st to see if you are a lucky winner. We're going to draw the name on the show. Best of luck, y'all. We can go through the thumbnails, but I don't think we have anything like a sunset soap.
No.
We have a couple nights, you know, like Havana nights and things like that. We don't have a sunset.
And usually, one or the other of us is arguing if it is actually sunset or sunrise. Like, we both smell it differently. True. We agree on this one. It is completely dusk. Yes, sunset is approaching.
The magic, I think, is the hay note, because I think you're exactly right. Hay in the morning smells a lot different than hay at night, because that's how you make hay. You dehydrated, right? It has to start different in the morning. Love this. And I love Catie's Bubbles for being so inventive and making such a beautiful, luxurious lather.
Like, I just keep seeing in my head when we drive from Northern California to Southern California to Disneyland, or vice versa. I used to go to college in Southern California, so I would do that drive on the 5 a lot. And as soon as you have your windows down, you smell that hay alive in the air, whether it's a morning drive, evening drive, afternoon drive.
All farms.
You can smell it.
All the way down.
And I'm completely escaping into just that open land.
Windows down, folks. Even though you're going 80, you put the windows down.
So if you want to put the windows down, you should definitely get Dusk, because I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. Head over to Catie's Bubbles, see what they got going. These are super fun.
And clearly, you saw our big box. They'll be back soon. So don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.